Supper with Stub, supper with Stub, mixing up drinks and making grub, pairing beer and wine with the dishes we love. Come on in and see the spell of Supper with Stub.
Hello friends, welcome to Supper with Stub. You know what we do here, we drink and we cook things. Well, as you can see, I'm outdoors today. Why? Because it's beautiful later summer afternoon and I decided that we needed to have us a picnic, Yogi Bear style. And that's exactly what we're doing. We always start Supper with Stub with a cocktail, and today is no different. Now, the only thing I would warn against here is that what I've done today is I've brought some glass to my picnic, and I normally wouldn't, but I'm doing it so you can see what we have here. All right, today's cocktail is about the simplest cocktail I can come up with. It's basically bourbon and Coke, and today's bourbon is the Fighting Cock bourbon out of Bardstown, Kentucky. I've had just a small sip of this before, throwing about an ounce or so in there, and I'm gonna get about 5 ounces of this Coke in there. This is a great thing to have. I mean, sometimes you're at public parks and you're technically not supposed to have booze, so you can hide it well easily in your glass here. Not that I advocate drinking illegally. So I'm gonna say for the price, this bourbon is actually not bad, and I like it as a mixer, a little rough around the edges, so put some fruit juice or some soda in there, and it is amazing. All right. Well, I've been dreaming of home lately and wanting some good comfort food. So today I thought I'd make a picnic staple in the South. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go with homemade pimento cheese. Now, when I met the Rib, who grew up on the East Coast, she thought pimento cheese was basically a gas station sandwich ingredient, and that was it. I've since turned her around. So what we're doing, we have our bowl here. We're gonna dump our cheddar cheese in. We're gonna dump our very softened room temperature, hopefully a little more than that, cream cheese in. All right. And yeah, I would normally do this before I went on my picnic and just have it mixed up and bring the thing. Now we're gonna add our pimentos out of the container here. And into that, we're gonna add our mayonnaise. This is about a 1/4 cup. I don't like a lot of mayonnaise. So full disclosure here, when I was a kid, our pimento cheese was normally, and I'm not even gonna lie about this, it was normally Velveeta, mayonnaise, and pimentos. That's pretty much all we used for it. Not that we didn't have a better recipe, but that was a really quick go-to because we always had Velveeta around. Why? Because it melted so beautifully. All right, so we're basically just gonna start mixing all of these things up, and you're gonna have to, even at room temperature, kind of break up this cream cheese just a little bit. So you're gonna get some nice tangy and creamy from the cream cheese, obviously. Now, a lot of people add more mayonnaise to this as well. We're just gonna mix this up really, really well. Once again, the key is getting the cream cheese kind of softened into the entire mixture so it's well incorporated. All right, friends, so you see I have this fairly well incorporated and mixed here. Now I've put a tablespoon of salt and pepper on the ingredient list here. You're probably not gonna use a whole tablespoon, especially for this amount. I'm just sprinkling some pepper in, as you see, and I'm gonna mix that around before adding, and then I'm gonna give it a little taste before I add salt. Keep in mind, we've got salt from the cheese, and we definitely have salt from the cream cheese as well, from both the cheddar and the cream cheese. So we just wanna mix this around well. Now, a lot of recipes, traditional Southern recipes, everyone has their own pimento cheese recipe, but this is a good base pimento cheese for those who've never had it or want to make your own and haven't made your own. But a lot of people will also add a little cayenne pepper, some onion powder, some garlic powder, some super finely diced onions, or others. I've seen relish in some. No, that's not right. If you want something like that, just have a pickle on the side with your sandwich or whatever you're doing. So we've got this pretty well mixed. Let me see if I need to add salt here. Oh, God, that's delicious. I'm gonna add, as you see, just the tiniest bit of salt. Just gonna bring all of these flavors out together. All right, so once again, you can add whatever seasoning you'd like in here to kick this up. I don't really feel it needs anything more than salt and pepper normally. I put garlic powder, a little garlic or onion powder in there. I don't want to dice up other veggies in this. This is a simple dish you can make, and we're gonna have it on a sandwich today. So that is pretty much it right there, friends, is our pimento cheese. All right, now if you want some fancy bread to put this on, go ahead and buy that. I mean, this is just basically the white bread I found at the local large store as I was buying my ingredients before my picnic today. I prefer Wonder Bread. They were all out of that personally. That's just me, man. Wonder Bread just brings back memories. I don't need whole grain, whole white. I don't need any of that. I just want some nice white Wonder Bread. Now, look, you've all made a sandwich before, right? We're just gonna take and spread some pimento cheese. You want to go nice edge to edge with this here. Probably should have brought a knife to me with my picnic instead of just a spatula, but we're gonna make do. You know why? Because we're pros. All right, there we go. Obviously, we top our sandwich here. I do have a trusty knife, and because this is how my mom's used to do it, and how you'll find it at any gas station deli, we're gonna cut it corner to corner and have our nice sandwich here. To accompany this, we're gonna throw some chips. Already had these sour cream and onion chips open, so throw a couple of those on the plate here. Bam. There we are. Let's give this sandwich a try, shall we? This sandwich is creamy, it's tangy. We don't often do this, but I mean, you've got a Coca-Cola with a little bourbon in it. What's more Americana or Southern than that? All right, so what are we pairing with this today? So I thought long and hard about what wine to pair with this, and I knew immediately I think I wanted a Chardonnay to pair with this. And then I started thinking, what Chardonnay would I like and would go well with the pimento cheese? So I want something crisp, I want something light, I want something with a lot of fruit. So I thought Burgundian, but at the same time, I also thought, I mean, a white Burgundy seems a little fancy for a Southern picnic, to be honest with you, which is fine. So I ended up going with something also Southern, and I went Southern Hemisphere. So today we're drinking a Chardonnay from Mendoza, Argentina. Yeah, so these Southern Hemisphere wines, they don't get a lot of oak treatment. A lot of them are done in stainless steel or even in neutral oak in a Burgundian style, which I don't even like that word anymore. It really just means we don't ruin the fruit with oak. This Atrevida Chardonnay, like I said, from Mendoza, 2016. Wow, it's crisp, it's light. I get some nice apple. I get a little bit of peach on there, some very nice Southern flavors. I think the crispness and acidity is gonna go well with the creaminess of our sandwich. Let's give that a go. Oh wow. I gotta be honest here, the sandwich actually cuts the acidity of the wine, making the fruit pop a little more, but the acidity, I guess it goes both ways here, right? That is an amazing pairing. So for wine with this, I want something crisp, I want something light, I want something that's not been over oaked at all. I mean, this Atrevida Chardonnay definitely works here. All right, not all Supper with Stub viewers are wine people. I know this. This is why we do all of the beverage arts here. So today, I have a beer, and once again, I was thinking Southern, I was thinking light, I was thinking crisp. Enter Shiner Light Blonde. Look at this. This is a very, very light lager. It pours just a hint of yellow in the glass there, if we get that. I get a little bit of the yeasty bready on there, but it's not, you know, it's not overbearing. Wow. It's just a nice, light, crisp beer. Perfectly brewed for Texas, for the heat there. I'm trying to find the alcohol in this because I've totally forgotten. But I'm pretty sure it's fairly low alcohol. A nice thing to take on a picnic. Let's finish this half of the sandwich and see how these two things pair together. Wow. Just like the carbonation from the beer really helps kind of interact well with the creaminess and the tanginess of the sandwich and of the pimento cheese. Wow, this is an amazing pairing actually. This beer is a great go-to, once again, if you're gonna have a couple, especially if it's hot out, lower alcohol, light, not gonna fill you up. A nice alternative to maybe a mass-produced light beer. All right, so what do we have here? We have our very southern pimento cheese, and we started off with a nice bourbon and Coke. I mean, that's pretty standard. Use the bourbon of your choice, but I'm gonna tell you, this Fighting Cock is, it's impressive to me for something you can throw over some ice and sip, or throw into basically any mixer you would throw in. If you're not doing some highly elevated craft cocktail and you just want a little bit of a bourbon flavor with a mixer, I'm gonna go with this. This bottle was under 20 bucks. I'm not upset about that at all. No, not at all upset with that. All right, so we did our homemade pimento cheese, and then we paired the Atravita. We've got an Argentinian Chardonnay here. I love the Southern Hemisphere Chardonnays. No one's trying to do that over oaked thing that we get sometimes where we have a lot of butter from California, and I know that's changing a lot as well as far as that style from California, but I love the light crispness of the Chardonnay grape. I love it. I love the fruit to shine through, and Argentina and Chile are doing a really good job with that. This bottle of wine cost me under 10 bucks. Yeah, not lying. Great pairing, great for picnics or large gatherings. And then of course, because I'm a Texas man, the Shiner Light Blonde, and we're doing Southern stuff today. All right, friends, thank you for joining me for another episode of Supper with Stub. I'm trying to do simple stuff over the summer here, and I know summer's coming to an end. We've got a couple more awesomely, hopefully simple summer recipes to come before we end the second season. But I want to thank you for joining me, and until next time, stop coveting, start drinking, and remember, there's always a seat at the table, or in this case, on the blanket, for you for Supper with Stub. Cheers, friends.